Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, it is the Inksane Tattoo and Nexgen Racing Queensland Midget title. Tonight we come to the virtual Kokomo Speedway to find out which driver will come away with the Q1 at the end of the night. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Alan Tacken in the booth. Alan, you're a busy man tonight. You're in race control, you're in the commentary booth, and you've got 60 drivers to take care of.
Yeah, look, mate. Looking forward to it. Be a good night. Big thanks to obviously to Nathan Mathers from Inksane Tattooing and Dylan Byrne from Nexgen Racing for putting this on. You know, it's really good to get that support behind the sim community, especially with what's going on around the world at the moment. Those guys were meant to run their Queensland title tonight in Toowoomba, I believe, and it's obviously been cancelled, so they wanted to bring the next best thing, and I think we've got a really good star-studded lineup tonight to bring some good racing.
All right, qualifying on the program, and as we speak, a 4-minute session for qualifying. Each driver will get a couple of laps around Kokomo Speedway. Bradley Oldfield in car number 51 for United Sim Sports goes position 1. Harry Stewart second, quick. Watching Hayden Pascoe on screen. In the Valvoline United Sim Sports number 3 machine. Can he improve on the time? Yes. Jumps to position 6. Braden Wilmington on screen. We see a lot of these drivers on a Wednesday night with the Midget Super League guys. And, well, they've come out here tonight to run and have their shot at a potential Queensland title. So drivers from all over the state here tonight. All trying to track down Bradley Oldfield with a 12.261. As we see on screen down the bottom left, the driver that we're currently watching at the moment, Braden Wilmington, not having a tough time, there in 1 and 2 as we watch Karl Hoffman in car number 33 in the MG Contracting SRT number 33.
Yeah, some real life drivers in here tonight as well, Brett. You know, you look at Bradley Oldfield currently sitting pole, junior sedan driver and wingless driver from WA. You got Caden Brown. I think he needs no introduction. Obviously, a Australian midget champion, done really well this year in the Chili Bowl. You got Mitchell G, ex Queensland sprint car champion. Aaron Kelly, you know, current sprint car driver out at Archerfield. Obviously, mum and dad, John and Kathy Kelly. So then you sort of look through the field again. You got Liam Williams, number 2 Formula 500 driver in Australia, multiple Australian champion. Jock Goodyear, Formula 500 champion, sprint car star.
Australian champion in the Formula 500.
Current, exactly. So you've got, you know, going through that field, you've got Nathan Smee, Michael Harder's the next Queensland champion too. So this will be different for him, giving it a go around here. So yeah, going to be really, really good racing tonight.
Noticed on track as well for Rush Sim Racing and Pace Syndicate. He's known as the Gutter Rat, James Robbie of New Zealand, coming over and trying his hand at the virtual Queensland title, again put on by Inksane Tattoo Studio and Nexgen Racing. Of course, don't forget, check them out on all their social media pages. Give them a like, give them a follow. Keep up to date with all the wonderful stuff that they'll be doing as James Robbie 31st quick. And I think it's safe to say, with qualifying coming to a close here in 45 seconds, 56 cars have taken a lap time, and well, the number 1 spot will go to Mr. Bradley Oldfield. Second quick is going to be Harry Stewart. So United Sim Sports drivers go 1 and 2. Travis Castagna, who hangs around those United guys, I guess we could almost call it 3 and 4 for Brad Pascoe as well, as he runs in the United Sim Sports. Caden Brown in that tanked SRT number 097 machine. Callan Arthur.
SRT, Brett. SRT. Tanked is a different team.
Yeah.
Callan Arthur's your tank driver.
Yeah, no, that's what I was trying to say. Callan Arthur was a tanked SRT driver. Yeah, that's what we're going to go with, all right? Hey, give me a break, all right? This is a 4th broadcast today, and I reckon I've done about 15 hours of broadcasting in the last 24 hours. So
That's all right, mate. We're going to keep you going until you get it right.
How long have we got tonight? How long does this server go for?
That's it. Bit of fun here tonight on UDTV, obviously, guys. Queensland title. Let's get it going. Heat 1.
All right, cars about to make their way onto the racetrack behind the iRacing.com racetrack. Heat number 1 of 6 of the Inksane Tattoo and Nexgen Racing Queensland Midget title. Let's take a look. It's your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for the first of 10 laps in heat number 1, where the top 3 going to advance to the main event. Bradley Oldfield, who does set quick time, he will start on pole. On the outside of the front row, Mitchell G. Inside your second row, position 3 going to be Jacob Dixon and Karl Watmore. He will line up out of position number 4. Position 5, it's going to be Nathan Mathers, and James Robbie lines up out of position number 6. Liam Williams will start position 7. Dylan Byrne will start position number 8. Jason Ray and Braden Wilmington to make up this 10-car field here in heat race number 1. It's going to be an absolute bell ringer, but tell you what, Mitchell G, Bradley Oldfield, geez, that is a juicy front row tonight out to start off the opening heat.
Yeah, definitely. Both guys been around the sim racing community for a little while now, and both running real life. So expect to see some big bombs in this one. Also, just want to point out we've got the two sponsors straight up in this one, in Nathan Mathers and Dylan Byrne. And for the viewers at home, Phil Lyons is actually Dallas Sharp.
There's a good chance I'm not going to remember that until we see him come out onto the racetrack. I just had to. Honestly, I was just double checking the timing and scoring on my screen just to make sure that he wasn't this one, because that would have made me look like a bit of an A55.
That's it.
All right, heat race number 1.
Green, green, green.
I've got to put the spot on. Green flag is out. We're underway. Oldfield and G down into turn number 1 and 2. Dixon looking to the inside. He's going to run the middle of the racetrack. Oldfield going to lead G down through turn number 3 and 4. Look at James Robbie. You don't often see that one. He's high, wide and handsome through 3 and 4. He'll do the same down into turn number 1 and 2. But Oldfield, well, I think he might take the gutter rat name off James Robbie. Oldfield lowest around the bottom. Meanwhile, slide come on for the 4 for the third final transfer spot. But Jacob Dixon going to come away with that one. Dixon now coming after G for second. Oh, big wheel stand.
Yeah, I think someone better check James Robbie for the coronavirus. I think he might have a bit of a temperature run at the top there, Brett. I don't know what's going on. We had a bit of an incident just before too. Nathan Mathers went underneath Dixon, got crossed back over, had a really bad push coming onto the main straight and got cleaned up. So he's now back in position 10, I believe.
Ninth position now for Nathan Mathers. Watching Robbie on screen on the outside looking in. He'll start on pole of one of the first B mains on the program. We'll have 3 B mains. Oh, car upside down in turns 3 and 4. No yellows in tonight's heat races. 5 down, 5 to run. Back there we fall, this time by for United Sim Sports, Bradley Oldfield, the Valvoline number 51 machine. Looking as they've got a clean set of heels at the moment. And just doing what Mr. Bradley Oldfield does. He's no stranger to Midget out. We've seen him over the past year and a bit, and what he's able to achieve in such a short space of time.
Yeah, everyone at United Sim Sports seems to enjoy the Midget the most, and that's their main focus. They really enjoy racing it, so it's no surprise to see Bradley out in front. But, you know, Mitchell G's keeping him honest there in second spot. If Bradley makes a mistake, clips a tyre or anything like that, G will be applying that blowtorch straight back to the rear end of that Valvoline race car.
Alright, white flag is out. Heat race number 1 of the Inksane Tattoo and Nexgen iRacing Queensland Midget title. Live from the virtual Kokomo Speedway down into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, Bradley Oldfield will be victorious. He will start on pole for tonight's main event. Second, you're going to go to Mitchell G. Third will be Jacob Dixon. James Robbie going to come across the line in 4th. Dylan Byrne in 5th. Karl Watmore home in position 6. Close battle there between Braden Wilmington and Liam Williams. Williamson getting the edge over Liam Williams, Jason Ray in 9th, and Nathan Mathers going to round out the 10 cars here in heat race number 1. All right,
just for the viewers at home as well, is there anything that Braden Wilmington doesn't race?
I mean, I want to say racing around a shopping cart at Woolworths, yeah, but again with a 1.5 metre social distancing, who knows what he does and doesn't race. Alright, let's take a look. The ultimate dirt to be starting grid for heat race number 2. Heat race number 2, starting on pole in car number 11 for United Sim Sports, Harry Stewart. He will line up alongside an SRT MG Contracting number 18 of Aaron Kelly. I think this is almost deja vu. United on pole, and then an SRT car second and third. Dale Jordison will line up out of position 3. Trent Gosley lines up out of position number 4. Darren Palmer scheduled to line up out of position 5. Lockie Beattie out of position 6. Desmond Hallam out of position 7. Paul Murphy out of position number 8. Trent Usher lines up out of position 9. And Jamie Hall out of position number 10. And Darren Palmer did not grid, so that will move the inside row up a row. So Desmond Hallam going to move up to position 5. And Trent Usher will move to position number 7. Heat race number 2, the Inksane Tattoo and Nexgen iRacing Queensland title. We are green here at Kokomo for 10 laps, and Kelly already going to put the pressure down out of turn number 2. Stewart up on the inside. Look at Gosley right up on the cushion into turn number 3 and 4. Couple of different lines developing already, but Harry Stewart going to lead down through 1 and 2. Lap number 1 and Stewart. Here comes Gosley on the outside. Look at Gosley winding that MFR snap-on tools. Number 4 machine up on the outside.
Kelly's sticking to the gutter, what he knows best around here. A lot of the boys you'll see will run the gutter to begin with. Then it'll develop out, the track will widen up. Hopefully, come main time, we should get about two lanes. If not, you'll see a lot of boys hugging that bottom line as it sort of slickens off.
Gosley made a big mistake there in the turn 1 and 2. He got a little too crossed up. He almost caught the outside wall. A very different track in 1 and 2 to what turn 3 and 4 is wrong with that Kokomo sign is where you've seen Trent Gosley. The wall actually comes back into the racetrack. So, you know, it's sort of a mind thing in trying to get through the turns, especially 1 and 2 on the top side. Whereas the bottom side, that is inside tyres, a couple of updates ago, a couple of seasons ago, they were actually brought in a fair way. So, you know, making it just shorter for the guys that are able to run the bottom side.
Yeah, a bit of a disadvantage in my opinion. A lot of boys like to cut those tyres, run their front wheel over the top of them. One of our current Australian champion in the production sedans does that. Old Joel Berkeley runs the front over the top. But as you can see, a lot of boys moved up from the bottom side to run the top side now. Harry Stewart just looking pretty content out front there, obviously. Again, viewers at home, Harry Stewart, son of Robbie Stewart. Robbie runs compacts and midgets, bit of a star here in Queensland. Trent Gosley, a former V8 dirt modified driver too, guys, just for everyone at home.
Alright, yeah, book of information tonight, Al. 1 lap left to run here at heat race number 2. As we're going to watch Harry Stewart down to the low side, going to make the pass off at turn number 4. He will put the car a lap down. That is Jamie Hall, but Harry Stewart gets the win. Home in second goes to Trent Gosley. Aaron Kelly going to come home third. 4 will be at the line. It's going to be Lockie Beattie. Paul Murphy rounds out the top 5. Desmond Hallam and Dale Jordison home. Unite, there's Trent Usher going to get 7th. Jordison Hall, and then Palmer didn't even grid. So, wow, it's United. It's going to be a United front row, and geez, I tell you what, those two drivers, haven't we seen those guys do battle, especially around a track like Kokomo, for a number of months.
Yeah, not wrong, mate. They'll find themselves in the pole shuffle anyway. They'll all go into plan. They'll verse each other and hopefully lock out a United front row for this Queensland title. But again, another star-studded field for Heat 3. A lot of real-life races in this one as well. Also, a track cameraman as well. So, yeah, this should be exciting as well.
All right, well, a better way to go trackside. Take a look right now at your ultimate dirt to be starting grid for heat race number 3. Travis Castagna will start on pole in car number 2 to his outside. In car number 3 for United Sim Sports, Hayden Pascoe. Second row inside, position 3, Chris Strada will line up alongside Casey O'Connell out of position number 4. Position 5 will be Phil Lyons. In fact, who'd you say that was?
Dallas Sharp.
Dallas Sharp. Looking sharp. Alan Sollett.
Midget and my light driver.
We've got to get his number changed. He can't be 56. Alan Sollett will start position 6. Troy Ware out of position 7. Mark Holt will start position number 8. And Nicholas Well will start position number 9.
For the viewers at home too, again, sorry, Troy Ware finished 3rd this year, I believe, in one of the prelim Australian title nights in the midget.
Alright, here is number 3, Castagna and Pascoe, the front row. They're side by side. Castagna's got the momentum. Down out of turn number 2, running the low side. Now we'll run right through the slick into turn number 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Pascoe, the 51 car going upside down. Trying to find that was Strollo in the 51 machine. He's going to fall back to the 9th position. Pascoe Upstairs into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Casey O'Connell. We seen him in a street stock last night. He was super quick. He automatically will transfer into a Monday. Kings E. Roy will have the coverage of group number 6 later on, but to focus our attention here on the Queensland Midget title here on the RAC.com service. Pascoe coming up, the race leader Travis Castagna. Castagna is content with running the bottom side of the racetrack as Pascoe winds the number 3 Valvoline United Sim Sports machine up on the top side by side into turn number 1 and 2.
Yeah, the boys there running two separate lines, but you can see it's quite even at the moment. Castagna sort of missed the entry there at one time and allowed Pascoe back in, but while these two are battling, Casey O'Connell, the current Queensland wingless champion, won it a couple of weeks ago. Just slowly reeling them in and might apply some pressure here in the last 4 laps.
So what happens here with 4 laps left to run? Castagna up on the inside. It's still Hayden Pascoe working up top, down into turn number 3 and 4. They will continue to race 2 deep up on the concrete and up on the inside tyres. Couple of different grooves developing here in heat race number 3. Castagna picks up the front with a little bit of a wheel stand. Down the back straightaway, 2 laps left to run. Pascoe runs the creed up on the outside. Pascoe, he is going to have the race lead going down into turn number 1 and 2. Castagna, he's going to fight back up again on the inside. The battle is on for the race lead between Castagna and Pascoe. Pascoe a little out of shape. Castagna, he is going to lead the penultimate lap. The white flag is out. Final time, heat race number 3. The Inksane Tattoo, Heat 3 Queensland Midget title. Castagna, Pascoe, who's going to get it at the line? It's a drag race. Pascoe just getting the job done. Oh, what a race. Hayden Pascoe, Travis Castagna, less than a 1/10 of a second in it. O'Connell gets 3rd. We go back to Troy Ware, Nicholas Wells had a close battle. Holt, Sharp, Strollo, and Solid. Allen, heat race number 3, putting it on.
Yeah, mate. Let's hope that the racing continues like that. That's wow, what a finish. What a finish.
Couldn't ask for a better finish here in heat race number 3. We'll start to move into the back half of tonight's heat races. Heat 4, 5 and 6 coming up now. Let's go trackside. Heat race number 4 with your ultimate dirt to be starting grid of the Inksane Tattoo Nexgen iRacing Queensland Midget title live from the virtual Kokomo Speedway. Starting on pole in car number 15, Brad Pascoe. To his outside, out of position number 2, that'll be Richard Lewis. Inside your second row, position 3 will be the 33 of Karl Hoffman, and Luke Redpath will line up out of position number 4. Michael Wilson going to line up inside Lance Bainton in row number 3. Bainton out of 6. Justin Paul will line up out of 7. James Murphy out of position number 8, and Reed Mackay. Well, Mackay will start position number 9. What book of knowledge have you got for us in this one, Alan?
Well, I got Brad Pascoe on the front row, son of Matt Pascoe, ex and multiple, what are they called? Super Sedan champion. Who else we got in this one? Obviously, Karl Hoffman, son of Clem Hoffman's current Karl races sprint cars here in Queensland. You got Reed Mackay. Reed just back in the midget this year after having a big off a couple of years ago in the midget.
Right, heat race number 4, we are green. Pascoe, Lewis side by side. Pascoe going to slide up. Lewis trying to get a run on the outside. Going to sneak it up on the outside on the concrete. They're 3 deep and selling it cheap. Through turn number 3 and 4, lap number 1. Oh, Lewis and Pascoe, they come together. Hopkins trying to take his opportunity, trying to take the race lead. He gets into the side of Pascoe, and they still go 2 by 2 by 2. 3 wide once again. Who is that up on the inside? Lance Bainton now. Oh no, Lewis, Bainton, they get caught up with that one. Redpath as well. And now it's going to be Hoffman sitting in second. Third is going to be Luke Redpath. In fact, he got in position 3. Richard Lewis back to position 4. Boy, that was some entertaining stuff in the opening couple of laps.
But there's a couple of viewers sitting at home seeing that, what just transpired there between Bainton and Lewis and another driver, and thinking, geez, I wish they didn't roll that easy in real life.
Yeah, I can't say I've actually driven one, so... But we all know what they can do, especially with the... Oh no, Redpath going to get turned there by Lewis. And now that's going to put Wilson in the 81 machine. He's the one that had some front end damage. Now is Wilson going to look for a third and final transfer spot over Richard Lewis. Race control, we all over that one, reviewing the situation between Lewis and Redpath. But we'll continue on racing. Lance Painter now in that 43iracing.com entry through the middle of turn number 1 and 2. There'll be 3 laps to go. This time by the race leader, Brad Pascoe, comfortable out in front over Karl Hoffman. And Richard Lewis going to ride in third.
Yeah, race control just having a look at what happened there with Richard. Unfortunately, because he did turn the car in front of him, he has received a 30-second penalty.
Alright, that's going to put a damper on things for Richard Lewis, but that should move Lance Painton or Michael Wilson into that third and final transfer spot as we come to the white flag. 1 lap left to run. Heat race number 4. It is the Inksane Tattoo Nexgen Racing Queensland Midget title up for turn 4. Pascoe victorious. Second will go to Hoffman's. Third, while coming across the line, is Richard Lewis, but of course that 30-second penalty, that's going to put Lance Painton up to position number 3. Luke Redpath, Michael Wilson, Justin Paul, and I would imagine it would be Richard Lewis in 7th. Yes, it is. Reed Mackay and James Murphy to round out the Heat 4 field. And we're just rolling through the heat races right now. Heat race.
Yeah, it's... Sorry, Brett. I'll just let you know, mate. I've just got to quickly go and deal with something, so I'll be muted for 2 seconds.
No worries. We'll take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt to E starting grid for heat race number 5 of the Inksane Tattoo and Nexgen Racing Queensland Midget title. Live tonight here on the iRacing.com service on Ultimate Dirt TV. We are live across Facebook and of course live on YouTube as well. So we hope you enjoy the coverage. Starting on pole, heat number 5. This guy needs no introduction in caliber 097. It'll be Caden Brown. Mark Farmer, driving caliber 22, going to start position number 2. Position number 3, caliber 95 of Kane Della. Kobe Dent will line up out of position number 4. Out of position number 5, he drives a Midget here at the Valvoline Raceway, driving caliber 97, very accomplished in real life, and he knows how to get around a racetrack here on the iRacing.com service. Matthew Jackson will start position number 5. Kenley Brown going to line up out of position number 6. The current Australian Formula 500 champion and the World Series Sprint Car Rookie of the Year, driving caliber 7 in the T7 for Slick Sim Sports, Jock Goodyear. Brock Thornton going to line up out of position number 8, and Lachlan Polgar will line up out of position number 9. Heat race number 5, and how about this one now? You've got Brown, Jackson, I know we've got another Brown there, and Thornton and Goodyear as well. Some heavy hitters coming from the back of the bus.
Yeah, quite surprised to see Jock qualify so far back, to be honest. I thought he'd be up the front, but Caden Brown gets a little bit of a push at the start there and struggles to get through turn 1, but seems to be driving off now. Once he settles in, I think he'll be gone.
Kane Della on the inside there. And the number 95 machine gets a bit of a move there from the 22 of Mark Farmer. Now Kane Della going to go upside down. I'll leave that one for race control to hand out any penalties that may happen. Caden Brown now your race leader on the top shelf. Farmer down low, then you go back to Kobe Dent, back there in position 3. There's contact, Jock Goodyear. And I believe that might be Kenley Brown as well, but Caden Brown out in front here in heat race number 5. He runs the top side through turn number 1 and 2. Then we'll go back to Kobe Dent, Brock Thornton back there in 4th, and Matthew Jackson. Been a while since we've seen that Diamond Air Conditioning, number 97 on the dirt side of things. First time I've actually seen him on the dirt side of things. He used to run asphalt with him a number of years ago. Before we had another game to play, but Caden Brown out in front here tonight.
Yeah, Caden Brown looking to have it his own way at the moment. Mark's sort of applying some pressure on the inside, but I think while Caden continues to hit his lines, which we know he will, well he does every friggin' week, he should come home comfortably with that. Speaking of Matt Jackson too, Brett, man, that guy has the biggest coconuts I reckon I've ever sort of witnessed on a midget driver. I've seen him run the wall at Lismore last year at the Queensland title. Yes, you heard it right, Queensland title in Lismore. Now you've got one in Kokomo. But yeah, Matt Jackson put on a major show that night, running the wall when no one else was game to get up there.
Queenslanders are very odd. You run a Queensland title at the New South Wales racetrack, and now we're running in Indiana. So anyhow, we'll continue on watching Matt Jackson on screen in the position 5 at the moment, trying to challenge Brock Thornton in the 97 machine. Sorry, the 55 machine for that 4 spot as Caden Brown going to make his way down into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag at the ready. Caden Brown victorious here in heat race number 5. Second, we'll see Mark Farmer in the 22 machine. Then you go back to Kobe Dent in third. Matthew Jackson, Brock Thorne, 4th and 5th. Lachlan Porger in 6th. Kenley Brown, Jock Goodyear in 7th and 8th. And Kane Della, who was pretty phenomenal in those opening couple of laps before there was contact with, I believe it was Farmer there into turn 1 and 2. He's going to come home in position number 9, but 5 out of the 6 heat races completed, rolling quickly through the program tonight as we'll move forward to heat race number 6. Let's take a look at your ultimate Dirt to V starting grid. Alright, heat race number 6, couple of tacky track heroes on the front row. Callan Arthur in car number 32 going to start position 1. Jared Steen will line up out of position at number 2. Anton Smith will start position 3. Damien Butler will line up out of position number 4. Harley Smee going to line up out of position 5. Gavin Sadler lines up out of position 6. Brock Webster out of position 7. Darren Lord out of position number 8. And Mick Harders to round out the 9-car field. Let's go to the book of knowledge for heat race number 6 of Alan Tacken.
Well, yeah, Harley Smee. I think he's the nephew of Nathan Smee. Obviously, multiple midget titles there with Nathan, and just all-round legend of the sport. Mick Harders, ex-Queensland champion. I believe he won his title in Bundaberg, probably 2015. Don't quote me. But yeah, a couple of ex-drivers and current drivers there.
You know, when you tell me not to do something, I'm going to do it, right? I'm quoting you.
You got Darren Lord, who's the current sprint car champion in the RC world, and Gav Sadler, who also races remote control speedway.
Doesn't Lordy run late models as well?
Yeah, Lordy runs everything, mate. Oh, Lordy, what doesn't he run?
Well, I'll tell you what, he's certainly got my attention. He's got my vote just because he's got the Donny Shots old paint scheme, the Arctic Cat Ford Performance number 15, a painted up machine, and he drives the 015. So it's going to be a competition. Who's in love with Donny Shots more, him or me? I think you might have me covered. But how about these tacky track heroes out in front on the slick racetrack? Arthur and Steen. Arthur going to slide up. Look at Butler. You don't normally see Butler this far up in the field, or you might see him in the first couple of laps. No doubt bad luck is going to strike that number 8 machine any moment. But tell you what, Butler giving a good old crackdown on the inside for the United Sims Boys. He's looking for a transfer spot. Composition 3 on lockdown at the moment, but Anthony Smith trying to work that high side behind Arthur and Steen as they go through turn number 3 and 4. Butler picking up the front wheels and bouncing all the way down the front straightaway.
Check out the run Harley Smee's getting here. He's getting held up. Just a bit worried he might get into the back of someone here. He's known for doing that.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
right on cue.
I don't know what race control will make that. I'll leave that one up to Jordan Mitchell to decide. But so watch the boys here go for it, battling hammer and tong. Oh, I was just waiting for a return serve there.
Oh, look at them, 3 wide for the final transfer spot. Butler on the inside, Smith with the middle, and Harley Smee right upstairs. Oh no, Harley Smee! He's up, nearly upside down, caught the catchment, and now he's going to go 2 for the price of 1. With getting into the catchment, so it's certainly going to put him towards the back of one of the B mains. Butler now looking to hold on, looking to make a main event here in the Inksane Tattoo Queensland title. As Steen continues to work upstairs. Cullen up, they're going to roll right through the centre of turn number 3 and 4. This is a good race up front. 2 laps left to run. Couple of teammates run first and second for Tank SRT. There we go, got it right that time. Butler for United Sims Sports in third, and Anthony Smith now around the outside of Butler, relegating Butler back to 4th. 1 lap left to run. Can Steenie hang on? I've been told he's got a surprise in the street stock for me later on tonight in the 3 and 4 for the final time. Who's going to get the win? Arthur's got the run on top side. Sorry, Steenie gets it. Arthur going to come home second. And Anton Smith just going to edge out Damien Butler by half a tenth. Butler 4, Sadler, Lord, Harders, Smee, and Webster. Geez, give us this racetrack all mine. Only if it didn't, only if the dynamic track change was not able to happen here tonight. This track is absolutely mint right now.
Yeah, not wrong. This is what we want. This is how we want it for the feature. So, We'll see if we can give John Kelly a call and get him to work the grader, and see if we can get this track good for the feature as well.
Alright, the first of 3 B mains here on the program. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And again, these B mains, all 3 of them, going to be contested over a 10-lap journey. And you need to be into the top, or you need to finish inside the top 2 to make it into tonight's main event. Starting on pole, it's going to be James Robbie, starting right up on the inside alongside him. In cut number 20, going to be Luke Redpath out of position number 2. Dylan Byrne will line up out of position number 3. Position number 4, it's going to be Michael Wilson. Out of position number 5, it'll be Karl Watmore, and Justin Paul will line up out of position number 6. And Braden, I can drive anything you put me into. Wilmington will start position number 7. Richard Lewis lines up out of position number 8. Liam Williams lines up out of position 9. Reed McKay out of position number 10. Jason Ray out of position 11. And James Murphy lines up out of position number 12. Oh, James Robbie. Did he not grid? James Robbie and... No, the Richard Lewis did. He's having some internet connection issues, but boy, oh boy, how about that? A pole sitter. Not gridding here tonight, James Robbie. So that will mean he will take no further part in tonight's Inksane Tattoo and Nexgen Racing Queensland Midget title. Live from the virtual Kokomo Speedway. Live right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We are live across Facebook and YouTube. And after this one, I promised you all, we're going to cover the Speedway sit-ins Australia, the Kings E Royal for group number 6, and then tomorrow night will be the final night over on Ash Media. But Al was just saying, James Robbie, pole sitter, didn't grid.
Yeah, I was actually looking through the list trying to find him, and I'm thinking, am I on the wrong race here? What's going on? But poor James Robbie just received a throughput, so he might have to go and kick the cat on the wheel over in New Zealand and get the internet working again.
Thankfully it wasn't a dog, because why for did you kick his dog? Anyhow, he made number 1 of 3. Here comes Wilmington. Going to slide into position number 4, but Justin Paul will work back to his inside. That's the battle for 4th and 5th. Again, it is the top 2 that will go through to the main event, and Luke Redpath on the top side. He's going to now lose a spot to Lewis, and Lewis looking for a double deuce right now. Going to go from 3rd to 1st in a matter of a lap, and picking up the left front like you wouldn't believe. You might as well just take it off and run 3-wheeling and dealing around here. 3 wide for the race lead.
Yeah, these cars are really leaning over onto that right rear, lifting that left front. It's crazy to see. Dylan Byrne, obviously sponsored too, trying to lock himself into the big dance. Running in 3rd currently at the moment. I know that he actually supports Chris Singleton in his own race car. So let's hope that Dylan can bring it forward and put it into the A.
Well, he's 1 spot out of a transfer position at the moment. On screen, the number 1 machine of Richard Lewis. In the 2nd and final transfer spot, was super impressed with the drive that Luke Redpath had. About 2 or 3 laps ago, he drove right through the middle of the racetrack, and he went from 3rd to 1st as Redpath leads 6 down, 4 to 1. This is B main number 1 of 3. On screen, Dylan Byrne driving the number 46 machine, the next gen 46. Then you go back behind him, Liam Williams, Braden Wilmington, and Karl Watmore. How about that for 3 different drivers, 3 different real-life drivers fighting it out. As the 41 of Liam Williams now works the bottom side. He's got Karl Watmore down below him as well, and Braden Wilmington really working the top side of the racetrack. 2 to run.
Yeah, Braden probably trying to get used to running the midget again after running that, what is it, the Formula 5000 or whatever they're running now, as a support class.
Formula something that doesn't really matter because it's not on dirt.
Yeah, nothing running at the moment anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Checkered flag is going to be out. B main number 1 is going to be complete. You see cars there down to the bottom side in turns 3 and 4. They were spinning around playing Ring a Rosie, Luke Redpath, Richard Lewis. Both those drivers going to go through to tonight's day main event. Dylan Byrne, Braden Wilmington, and Karl Watmore were your top 5 drivers. B main number 1 is complete. B main number 2. I guess we'll take a look right now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. 10 laps going to be on the board once again. B main number 2, Lockie Beattie and Matthew Jackson will start on the front row. Row number 2 going to be Paul Murphy out of position 3 and Brock Thornton out of position number 4. Row 3 will be Desmond Hallam out of position 5 and Lachlan Porger out of position number 6. Trent Usher going to line up out of position 7. Kenley Brown lines up out of position number 8. Position number 9 will be Dale Jordison. Position number 10 going to be Jock Goodyer. Jamie Hall lines up out of position 11. Kane Della out of position 12. And Nathan Mathers will round out a 13-car field. Make that a 12-car field. Trent Usher didn't grin. Since Jock's out here, I wonder where Morgan is. Two guys love to get into one another.
Yeah, to see, obviously in the street stocks, it'd be interesting to see how the next World Series interview goes with between those two.
Well, I heard a little story, but I'll tell you off air because I really don't think it's not an on-air story. Not that it's anything bad, but I get the feeling you know where I'm going with that one. But I don't know. I guess I don't have to tell you. I'm sure some loudmouth would have told you what it's going to be. Green flag goes out. B-main number 2. Beatty going to slide up in front of Jackson. Now look at them 2 and 3 deep already out of turn number 2. Beatty to win the field down into 3 and 4. Ooh, the Thigh Designs. 55 of Brockthorne working the inside of the racetrack. He's back there in position number 4. Dale Jordison as well. He's trying to work the top side. Jordison comes from, I think, about the 4th row. After 2 laps, he's almost got a challenge for a transfer spot. How about Jackson? Right through the middle, looking for the race lead, going to nearly catch an inside tyre. You talk about him having a big set of coconuts on him. He's been the gutter rat right now.
Yeah, running the gutter, clipping the tyre though. He's on the gas hard. That thing's wheel standing pretty hard coming out. So still takes big coconuts to do that, I reckon.
Well, you got to run the bottom side. Just look at Bradley Oldfield.
Let's not go there.
I can go there. Beatty and Jordison. Beatty, the race leader. The SRT MG contracting team cars running first and second. Jordison running in second. He's run right through the middle now. Are they both 27? Am I saying that right? Yes, I am. Doesn't Jordison run third?
I'm not too sure. I think Dale just runs whatever he feels like these days.
Whatever iRacing gives him, right? 6 down, 4 to run here in B-main number 2. Jordison, your leader from Lockie Beatty. Matt Jackson still not going away, mind you. Still continue to work the low side. Now goes through the middle of turn number 3 and 4. They're nearly 3 wide on. No car around. Kenley Brown, that might have been. Yes, it was. Kane Della now up on the inside. Kane Della's coming out of nowhere. He might be able to take home a transfer position right now. Nearly 3 wide off turn number 4. 2 laps left to run here in B-main number 2 competition. Jackson slides up in front of Beatty. Della up on the inside. Beatty with a slide job down into turn number 3 and 4. Jackson right through the middle, almost going to take out the 27 of Beatty. And here comes Della. A final opportunity. The top 2 go through. Dale Jordison going to be that first car to go through. Who's going to get it on turn number 4? Kane Della going to steal a second transfer spot away, and he will lock himself into the main event. Lockie Beatty will miss out by half a second. He will come home third. What a battle those last 3 or 4 laps. Kane Della. Oh, I think it's safe to say that 95 he got up on the wheel. He pulled a finger out. And he come from deep in the pack to get second.
Yeah, no one can tell you that track's not racy at the moment. Kane Della moved forward 10 positions. He started in 12th, so good drive by the young kid.
Alright, B-main, number 3. The final B-main, the final 2 transfer positions up for grabs here tonight. We'll move into the pole shuffle after this one during the warm-up session. But the final 2 drivers to make their way into our A-main of, how many laps is it? Our 40?
40 laps tonight, mate.
Alright, Troy Ware and Damien Butler, the B-main bandits, will start on the front row. Nicholas Well and Gavin Sattler will make up row number 2. Row 3 going to be Mark Holt and Darren Lord. Row 4 going to be Dallas Sharp and Mick Harders. Row 5 going to be Chris Stralo and Harley Smee. Alan Solett, Brock Webster will make up row 6. And good old Daz, he's back. He wants to start position 13th. He wants to showcase that new United Sim Sports Ultimate Dirt to be into a 96%. Jeez, that is a sexy looking hot rod.
No bias there, no bias there.
Not at all. Not at all. Oh, I could watch that car all day.
Yeah, we've got racing to do, mate.
Oh, no, sorry. Oh, my bad. Okay. Oh, well, I guess we'll keep an eye on the front then. Here we go. Green flag is out. 10 laps on the board. B-main number 3. Look at the big slide job. Nicholas Well. He went to first, back to third. Oh, no. Where in Butler? Where is this one going to go? Butler around the outside. Butler to the race lead up on lap number 1.
Yeah, Butler. Just trying to maintain his marbles, I think, at the moment. He's a bit nervous when he gets to the front. Poor fella.
Poor fella, it's not like we just seen Kane Dillon move 10 spots here. Oh no, Butler! He caught the left rear there of Troy Ware. And now he's going to fall back to 4th position. He'll move up in front of Nicholas Well back to 5th. How about Darren Lord as well? That Arctic Cat Ford performance, Tony Stewart, Donny Shots Racing, Liver the Open thing. I'm pretty sure he's got his RC cars painted up like that as well. Listen, that paint scheme was about 5 years ago, buddy. I think it's time to update those skins.
Might be of the opinion, mate, that those Tony Stewart cars just aren't quite looking the butters at the moment.
Well, back out in front, 5 down, 5 to run in B-main number 3, Troy Ware. Gavin Sadler, the top 2, and well, we've seen Sadler in this position a number of times, and he does what he needs to do. He needs to survive, and oh, look out! Speaking of surviving, Troy Ware, lucky to survive that one. He goes back to 3rd, and now moves back into 2nd. As now the battle is on. Here goes Lord with a slide job out of turn number 4. Ware back to the inside, 3 laps left to run, and the battle is on for the final transfer position. Gavin Sadler, he is G-O-N-E, gone in this one.
Yeah, Gav out to a comfortable lead, but how about this battle for the transfer spot? Oh, Troy Ware and Darren Lord. What a race! You got a Queensland superstar in the midgets versus one of the Queensland sort of front runners in the what's it called, the iRacing world.
Yeah, and also the RC world as well. Have a look who is coming on the top side of the racetrack. I think time's going to run out. Harley Smith, that 57 machine, but Gavin Sadler off turn number 4, victorious in tonight's B-main number 3.
Oh!
Troy Ware. Yeah, we just got that one on screen. We're going to go back and hopefully take a look at the wicked cushion instant replay of that one. But Sadler, Ware, Lord, Stralo, those drivers going to advance to tonight's main event. And right now, oh, why is it's the wrong screen? I'm trying to show our starting grid for a cushion instant replay. Man,
I can confirm though, Brett. Thank you. I'll just let you know that we're going to move into the pole shuffle now, and so I'm going to mute, and we'll get the drivers on track.
No worries. Well, pole shuffle going to happen up now. So while he does race control, we've got a 20-minute warm-up session. This will allow us to go through these drivers in the pole shuffle, and then of course this will line up our starting field here tonight as we take a look at the first couple of cars to come out onto the racetrack. Richard Lewis in car number 1, and he will start alongside Mark Farmer in car number 22. Farmer looks like he is going to start on the inside. Lewis will start on the outside. Oh, okay, there we go. Out rolls, I guess, the 32 machine of Callan Arthur. Farmer just coming back to pit road, just going to get a new rear crash bar on that race car, just so he is not disadvantaged. And of course, here on the iRacing.com service, they are allowed to do that as long as race control gives them the all clear. So Mark Farmer and Callan Arthur. Callan Arthur in car 32, Farmer on the inside. A 2-lap shootout here in the first pole shuffle of the night here on the Inksane Tattoo Queensland Australian title. The green flag is sound. Arthur got a bit of a jump there on Farmer as they go through 1 and 2 down into turn number 3 and 4. Farmer going to slide up and take that line away from Callan Arthur. Arthur will turn it underneath him, cross underneath. Arthur and Farmer side by side through 1 and 2. Final time into turn number 3 and 4. Arthur going to stab the brake and turn it underneath him. But here comes Arthur up on the inside. Callan Arthur victorious. Farmer going to come home second. Farmer will go back to pit road. And out will roll the next car on the racetrack. It's scary. It's look, this is very realistic. This is realistic as it gets for some drivers out onto the racetrack. This is closest as what they can to get behind the wheel of a race car. Now, out rolls the SRT MG Contracting number 33 machine of Karl Hoffman's. He takes on a guy from Tanked SRT. Now, they have no affiliation whatsoever. As the green flag set to fly, Hoffman's on the inside. And green flag goes out. Hoffman's going to slide up. They're going to turn it back underneath him out of turn number 2. They race side by side down into turn number 3. Arthur Hoffman's too wide at the moment. Hoffman's, he has got the advantage going down into turn number 1 and 2. White flag is out. Karl Hoffman's your race leader. Cal and Arthur, he's opted to go a little bit higher on the racetrack into turns 3 and 4. All sorts of crossed up. Karl Hoffman's going to advance. Cal and Arthur been sent back to pit road, and out rolls the nice energy drink caliber 2 from all the way in WA, and what we like to call on the other side of the world, Travis Castagna. He was lightning in the heat race. We'll see what he can do here in tonight's pole shuffle. Castagna inside, Hoffman's on the outside. They wait for the green flag from race control as they hit the strut together. Castagna going to slide up. Here goes Hoffman. Some 3-4 car lengths back already now. Down into turns 3 and 4. Lap number 1. Castagna right above the slick. He's got the run, but here comes Hoffman's now. Oh no, Castagna and Hoffman's. Uh-oh. Castagna going to pull it back on pit road. And that should mean an automatic end to the race. Karl Hoffman's in the 33. He should advance to the next part of the pole shuffle. I think race control going to have a quick look at that one. But Travis Castagna, I believe, has already gone back to pit road. And looks like we're going to bring out the next car in just a moment. This is the pole shuffle. You are watching the Inksane Tattoo and Nexgen Racing Queensland Midget title here on iRacing.com. Live on Ultimate Dirt TV. And again, as we said last night during the Street Stock Kings E-Royal for Groups 3 and 4, we are going to cover Group 6. As soon as this race is done, we'll shut this stream down and we'll put one up for Group number 6. And of course, the final night for that race will be live over on the Speedway Sedans Australia, presented by, of course, Ash Media. We'll be on the production work. We'll have Jared Ash and Mr. Smallwood and Ryan Harris on the call. All right, Trent Gosley. He was quick in a heat race as well. Gosley on the outside, the number 4 machine. The cars need to stay together. No start, no start. These drivers, oh, they know how to get it done here on iRacing. Seen these guys pretty much on an every Wednesday night when the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League midgets take to the racetrack here on Ultimate Dirt TV. The green flag going to fly. This is another pole shuffle race. Hoffman's right through the middle now. Turn number 1 and 2. Leads a couple of car lengths. Oh, Gosley, a little crossed up there. Loses about 4 or 5 car lengths back to the 33 of Karl Hoffman. I'll get to that in a second, Andrew. Down the back straightaway, final time. Gosley now trying to work it upstairs, maybe trying to cut underneath Karl Hoffman. But Hoffman's too good, too strong here in pole shuffle race number 4, I believe that was. Andrew, I will be doing the camera work on the broadcast, but Speedway Sedans Australia and the Speedway Australia, that's where it'll be live. And again, the Ash Media crew will be in the booth. And out rolls the number 4 machine. And that looks like it is going to be Mitchell G. So G and Hoffman's, couple of teammates here on the iRacing.com service. They hit the line together. Green flag flies. G in the 4 machine. You can see the difference out. The yellow and red fire suit. That is Mitchell G. Hoffman's just got into the back as they went into turn number 3. The white flag going to fly. Big slide job. Oh, look out. Now Hoffman's big wheel stand. That's going to be him done. G just has to get through turn number 3 and 4 nice and smooth. He will do so. And he will get the win. And Karl Hoffman, he will now go back to pit road. We'll see him next in the main event. And out rolls Jared Steen in car number 91 for Tanked SRT. He picked up a heat race win. I believe it was heat race number 6, I think it was. The 6th and final heat race of the night. Alright, here we go. G and Steen. We're open for business right now. 2 laps around the virtual Kokomo Speedway. Oh, quite up into Steenie. Poor old Jared Steen. He give that one up. We got into the slick part of the racetrack. And Mitchell G going to be comfortable in this one. He will come across the start-finish line. Checkered flags out. They'll get the next car ready to come out onto the racetrack. So I just seen on the World Series Sprint Car page that nominations are now open. And I'll go through that here in just a second. Here we go. Out rolls the 097 of Caden Brown. Well, he's just throwing a big Hail Mary into 1 and 2. That was an ambitious move there, but now Brown going to move up now. Here comes G. These 2 drivers, good mates and not afraid to put a wheel to one another. Brown going to fight back up on the inside. He's got an opportunity, not anymore, because he will throw. It's almost like he's going to be watching NFL. Oh boy. A big wheelie there from Caden Brown. He might not be happy with that one, but he will go back to pit road. And Mitchell G going to advance. So, as of half an hour ago, nominations for the World E-Series Sprint Cars. The hottest iRacing, the hottest series in Australian Speedway on iRacing. Here we go. Out comes Brad Pascoe in the number 15 machine. Pascoe was down low in turn number 1 and 2. G works the middle. He's got this racetrack. He's got it under control right now. How does Pascoe try and reel in 6 car lengths in a lap? He won't. He's going to pull it up on the back straightaway. Just going to basically surrender. And Mitchell G going to move 1 more spot forward in this one. United Sim Sports, Valvoline, Too Easy Finance. Number 3 machine of Hayden Pascoe. Pascoe on the inside, G on the outside. The green flag is out again. Some real life races going at it. Oh, look at that. They both got tight. I'm assuming that that race was, well, that start was called back. Green flag back out on the racetrack once again. Pascoe slides up. G crosses underneath. They side by side. Pascoe into the wall. And G going to check up as well. So I think race control going to... Now I don't know whether Mitchell G has been disqualified here. It looks like he has. So Hayden Pascoe with some damaged race cars. This is for the front row. The winner will guarantee themselves a number 1 start, or number 1 or 2 starting position. The winner, or the loser I should say, will start position number 3. Harry Stewart on the inside, so it's going to be United Sim Sports. Drivers will start 1st, 2nd and 3rd because Bradley Oldfield will be next. So this is heat number 2 winner, Harry Stewart. He's got the red and white Valvoline number 11 machine on his outside and the grey and white Valvoline number 3 machine of Hayden Pascoe. These drivers are trying to gain all sorts of advantage over one as they're going to call that start back. That's definitely not a fair start between the pair. The penultimate pole shuffle race. Right now, who is going to start on pole of tonight's, or who's going to start on the front row? The winner will take on Bradley Oldfield for pole position. The Inksane Tattoo Studio and Nexgen Racing Queensland title. Now the field. Well, the two cars side by side. Good start. Race control giving them the green flag. Stewart going to stay down low. Pascoe through the middle of the racetrack. And can't wait to see Stewart take on Bradley Oldfield to fight for that bottom side of the racetrack. Pascoe's G-O-N-E. He is gone. He will be O-U-T out of this one. Stewart's going to just to complete the final lap here in the pole shuffle. Then Bradley Oldfield going to make his way out onto the racetrack right now. So the United Sim Sports guys, they love racing these midget cars here on the iRacing.com service. Is what they're a specialty at. As we are set for the final pole shuffle race of the night. The green flag is out. That has to be the best launch we've seen all night. Oldfield down low. Stewart upstairs into turn number 1 and 2. Stewart almost picked up a 360 win last Thursday night here at Kokomo by run on the top side. Oldfield down low. He makes a mistake and Stewart rolls him on the outside. Oldfield, Stewart on the outside. Oldfield on the inside. Stewart going to start on pole for tonight's 40-lap main event. And there we go. We have our pole shuffle completed. It is now time for us to take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Don't go anywhere, folks. The Inksane Tattoo Studio and Nexgen Racing Queensland Midget title race, the A-Main, up in just a few moments' time. We'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this. Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the Inksane Tattoo and Nexgen Racing Queensland Midget title, live virtually from the virtual Kokomo Speedway. It is A-Main time 24 starters, 40 laps in distance. Each time there's a yellow come out, we're going to add 3 laps to the total number of laps. Let's go trackside. Take a look at your ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And just as a reminder, that the top 12 positions are going to be mixed up just a little bit due to the pole shuffle with those drivers in the pole shuffle. Recapping, well, we know Harry Stewart will start alongside Bradley Oldfield, Hayden Pascoe, then I believe it'll be Mitchell G, then it'll be Brad Pascoe, Caden Brown, Jared Steen, Karl Hoffman, Trent Gosley, Travis Castagna, those guys, Mark Farmer, Callan Arthur. 13th one correct is back Dixon, Jacob Dixon, Aaron Kelly, Casey O'Connell, Lance Baton, Kobe Dent, Ayrton Smith, Luke Redpath, Dale Jordison, Gavin Sadler, Richard Lewis, Kane Della, and Troy Ware. Pace truck has moved to the infield. Reminder, we do not go green on this start. So the iRacing green flag has been displayed. Reminder, we are not going green. These drivers need to get into their correct positions. Once they are in those said correct positions, when we start lap number 2, so technically we are on 2 to green right now, and these drivers should be getting the 1 to green signal right now. 24 starters, all fighting to be Queensland #1 on the tail tank of the Midget. Here on the iRacing.com service, a massive thanks to the guys at Inksane, Tattoo and Nexgen Racing for their support and while allowing us here at Ultimate Dirt TV to cover the action. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Alan Tacken doing race control, and also here up in the commentary booth. In fact, we are going to wait 1 more lap. So the white flag will come out at lap number 43. No 4 wide salute. We are about to set these drivers loose. 40 laps on the board. The field pickens up. The pace is on, and we are underway. Look at the United Sim Sports guys already. They're 1, 2, and 3. But look at Mitchell G. Keep an eye on that MD contracting number 4 machine. He works up the top side of the racetrack. G now going to move into position number 2. As Caden Brown hot on his heels as well up on the top side of the racetrack. Brown and G, they had a hand in the heated battle in the pole shuffle race, but look at Stewart and Oldfield working down low, synchronized downstairs, follow the leader for those 2 drivers. Caden Brown going to move into position 3. Oh no, there is some contact with that Callan Arthur, it looks like, who's going backwards in that 32 machine. Meanwhile, Stewart, still your race leader. Stewart flirting with disaster. Oh, we've seen this a number of times in week number 1 of the MSL Midget Speedway opening round here at Kokomo. That bottom side gets very tough and tricky to run. And this certainly is going to bring in the likes of Caden Brown, who's not afraid just to get up on the top side and rip the lip inches away from that outside wall.
Yeah, looking back through the... Whoop. I just pressed the wrong freaking button. I just threw that yellow and I don't think there was a need for it. I apologise, guys. That'll bunch them back up.
Couldn't be any worse than what Jordan Mitchell done. I'm gonna throw him under the bus so hard right now. Back on the other game that we used to play before Dirt come to iRacing was a World Finals race. It was the modifieds at Charlotte. And we were about 13 laps in, and because you're able to, while the race is going on, if somebody had dropped out, you could just hotkey a button that you'd assigned to, and you could restart warp, to allow those drivers to get back into the server. Well, it turns out that we were 13, 14, 15 laps into the main event race, and he hits the wrong hotkey button and restarts the warm-up. We have to do the race all over again. Sorry,
typical Geordie Mitchell.
Sorry, Mitch.
It's the redhead for you.
Alright, green flag is back out, so adding 3 laps of the white flag is going to come out on lap number 46. Look at Caden Brown throw the big dive bomb on Bradley Oldfield through turn number 1 and 2. Oldfield going to set that car up and try and run the bottom side through 3 and 4. He will do so. But Caden Brown now going to move into position number 2. And now coming up the race leader, Harry Stewart. Although Stewart, he's got about 5-6 car lengths. It looks a little further than that, but when you put these guys with you, they would run the same line. There's not a whole lot of distance between the pair. Look at Oldfield now, back up on the inside now. Bradley Oldfield back to position 2, pushing Brown back to the 3rd spot. Brown now trying to come down the racetrack on the exit of turn 4. Oh no, car into the wall. Oh, looking at Brad Pascoe, that'll be.
Yeah, Brad, lucky enough to keep that thing going and not bring it out of yellow, otherwise he would have gone to the rear. But Caden Brown looking really racy. He's got the A1 already in the bag. I think he's trying to get the Q1. Probably one of the titles he hasn't won yet in his young career.
Well, they are hot on the heels right now. They are 2 and 3 deep throughout this field. Caden Brown into position number 3. We go back to Aaron Kelly, Mitchell G and Aaron Kelly. Oh, how about this? United Sim Sports 1 and 2, SRT run 3, 4 and 5. So these 5 drivers by far the best here when it comes to a main competition. We've seen Aaron Kelly, don't discount him out just yet, because we've seen him start from the back, I believe it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago in the Midget Super League race. He started from the back, came to the front, got caught up, involved in an incident. I think this might have been at Eldora. He went back to the back and he ended up still getting a podium. So that 18 machine certainly knows how to make his way around here on the iRacing.com service.
Yeah, Aaron not afraid to rip the lip, so to speak, here on iRacing. Can't say the same in real life, can we, Aaron? No, just kidding with you, mate. Love watching your race, but Aaron Kelly, yeah, what a driver he's on here. Constantly finds himself racing for the pointy end. I think Limeley might be his preferred track. That's where he seems to be able to go from the back to the front and all around.
Alright, so you can see up on the top left of the screen underneath the iRacing.com logo, you see 21 of 102. It is not a 102 lap race. The white flag will come out at lap number 49. So we are still, the math for me, 41 and 29, 28 to go.
Yep.
Sounds good to me. 12 down, 28 to go. Stewart, Oldfield. Brown once again going to get good start into position number 3. Here comes Oldfield. They nearly made it 3 wide. To the race lead, Stewart still holding on to the number 1 spot. Here goes Brown right through the middle now, right above the slick, all the way through turn number 3 and 4. Sets himself up for the top side run through 1 and 2. Brown, he was quick on the opening couple laps on the restart, nearly caught that wall on the back straight at the opening, going down into turns 3. Oldfield had a massive moment in 3 and 4 as well. He's going to slip back to the clutches of Mitchell G. Who G finds himself now in the position 3, but back up on the inside. Stewart now runs above the slick, realising that Caden Brown is starting to come after your race leader. Brown, Stewart nose to tail on the top side, a car length between the pair. Brown, what can he produce here in this main event? Stewart very good, the Midget very good at that mirror as well.
Yeah, that's the big disadvantage, obviously being on the dirt on iRacing, that the real world drivers would find is a lot of these boys will run the mirror, see where you're quick and move up and take your line off you. The other thing is too, these boys will be spotting for each other in a program called Discord, so there's radio communication going on with these guys, which we know doesn't happen in real life.
Yeah, normally get the pit crew guys, yeah, giving you signals from the behind the fence and the, right back in the pit row, but to get other signals as well. Stewart now cutting down the racetrack there on the exit of turn 4. Brown was close. How about Oldfield once again? He's made his way back up to the 3rd spot and challenging for the race lead. Stewart must be thinking, what am I going to do? Because Brown's all over the back of him like a rash through turn number 3 and 4. And now Oldfield now going to sneak up on the inside and take the race lead. Oh, Oldfield, that left front tyre just caught the inside U tyre. Luckily wasn't enough to unsettle that 51 machine. Oldfield back to the number 1 spot. Stewart back to 2nd. Brown back in 3rd. Still Kelly and G still run out the top 5.
Yeah, Stewart would have been licking his lips early on with the way that the track is and the way that he was able to drive away, but he would have doubled his yearly earnings too with this $100, so poor kid's now stuck back in second. He'd be thinking, what the hell is going on here? I got Brown all over me like a rash, and Oldfield, he's just giving me friggin' windburn by the way he drove past me on the inside.
Just don't cough, Harry, otherwise you'll have to go to the COVID-19. Might be striking that number 11 machine. He's been, well, he's used to this situation though, Al. We've seen him run behind Stewart. Oh no, I think that's Lewis in the 1 machine, is it? Yeah, he's going to go a lap down, but yeah, going back to the point, Stewart, well, he's no stranger to running second to Bradley Oldfield. We've seen it so many times last season, and already we've seen Stewart, you know, really try and get something going here in the opening couple of weeks of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League on a Wednesday night. Yeah, mate.
Harry, if he's no stranger to victory lane, so don't count him out just yet. Boys are just working it out, trying to figure out what lap we are finishing on, and I believe it is 52.
Yep, 52. 52. I've got to count it myself. Trust me.
All right, so lap 52 will be the white flag lap, guys. Sorry, guys, just had to communicate that through to the drivers.
And you sometimes see this on, you know, like the Clay View broadcast. Yeah, you sometimes get to hear race control communicating with the drivers. You know, it's another point that we can, you know, bring to you guys here on the iRacing.com service. Lights to go out this time by Oldfield and Stewart, just like they were in the pole shuffle or at the start of tonight's main event. Although this time, Bradley Oldfield, he's got the choice on when to restart.
We got Richard Lewis asking us for a wave around, but because he has gone a lap down legitimately, he will not receive that wave around.
Right, so he's going to be a lap down, but still at the back of the bar, still Jaron Steen. A bit of contact there. Look already. Kaden Brown already sliding on the top side. Here comes the 18 machine. Aaron Kelly coming after Brown. When we talk about these real life drivers, we talk about the likes of Brown, Kelly, G. They're all being done by a V6 wingless racer out in front of Bradley Oldfield.
Yeah, that's a bit harsh there, Brett. I don't think his wingless has actually 6 cylinders. I've never heard it run on 6 cylinders anyway.
Alright, we'll keep an eye on this battle up front. Again, Oldfield just continuing to make a mistake here and there. A mistake starting to creep in to his driving style. Stewart must be sort of puckering up right now, because if Stewart makes the mistake, sorry, if Oldfield makes the mistake, Stewart's going to have nowhere to go. But what that'll do, that will also bring Kaden Brown and Aaron Kelly back into the mid. Look at these 2 guys run on the top, 2 guys run on the bottom for the top 4 positions right now. When does Kelly, if he can get the run, when does Kelly pull the trigger on pulling that big slider? Because we know he loves to throw his haymaker here or there, but Kaden Brown just can throw just as big a haymaker, and Brown is now getting a run on the top side. Kaden Brown coming up the leader. There was 10 to go that time by 9 laps left to run.
Yeah, very, very interesting here. These two SRT. You got me saying tank SRT boys now, but boom. these two SRT boys are really trying to give it to the United drivers at the moment. It looks like United 1, SRT 2, United 3, and SRT 4. What a real good battle this is.
We've got one better SRT 5 as well. Dale Jordanson in the number 27 machine, but it is still Bradley Oldfield out in front. And the Midget here at the virtual Kokomo Speedway catches that tyre. Stewart trying to move up now on Kaden Brown. And Kaden Brown may just be able to pickpocket Bradley Oldfield here in the final stages of this one. Nearly pulled up alongside. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Remember, the white flag comes out at lap number 52. 6 laps left to run here in tonight's main event. The Inksane Tattoo Nexgen Racing Queensland Midget title. A handful of laps to go. 5 fingers out being displayed by race control. 5 laps left to run here at Kokomo, and Brown and Oldfield, they race side by side down into turn number 1 and 2.
What an exciting race we've got going on here, Brett. We've had just an action-packed night. Obviously, you know, big thank you to Nexgen and to Dylan Byrne and his crew. Then obviously Nathan Mathers at Inksane Tattoo Studios. You know, without those guys, these things don't happen.
Castagna was upside down in turn 3 just then, but 3 laps left to run. It's Oldfield still on the low side. How good has the racetrack been all night long? It is slick from top to bottom, but these guys have got something to lean on upstairs. Oldfield's got something to work down on the bottom side. The popsicle sticks are out 2 to run. Here goes Oldfield. Slide job on flag is out.
White
One
flag.
lap left to run here. Oldfield slide job. Brown crosses underneath. This is going to be an absolute doozy of a finish. There's contact into 3. Oh my! Caden Brown going to be victorious. Oldfield going to go second. And Stewart, I believe, will grab third. Oh my! Caden Brown, Bradley Oldfield, and Caden Brown is your new Inksane Tattoo Next-Gen iRacing Queensland champion. And that number 97 machine, the CB Industries 97, he has got the right to do some celebratory donuts, and he'll be able to park it on the front straightaway right here in Brian Clausen Victory Lane here at Kokomo. Boy, that was a beauty of a finish. Can you confirm the second and third, whether it was Stewart, Oldfield, or whether it was Oldfield, Stewart, or whether Kelly was in there as well?
Just going through now, mate, to have a quick check of that, because I obviously I caught it, but I'm just trying to see. We had a quick look at that incident between Oldfield and Brown, and we've sort of ruled there's nothing doing there. But if I go back now and quickly, I've just got to get a better angle to see who crossed the line first on that one.
Tell you what, while you do that, we're going to bring in the driver that comes home. Listen, you can have as much track as all you like, all the traction in the world, but Caitlin Brown, you are now officially crowned the Inksane Tattoo and Next Gen Racing Queensland iRacing champion. How was that one, buddy? That was an absolute doozy of a race.
Man, that was real cool. Obviously, me, Harry, and Bradley, we had a real ripper race. It was kind of almost an SRT versus United iRacing teams battle there, but it was really cool. Obviously, we wish we run the real midget title tonight, but obviously coronavirus has taken that out of our hands. So yeah, can't thank all my boys enough back at SRT for giving me an awesome setup. Jock Goodjoy, he's given us a bit of setup advice today, and we've really got rolling. Yeah, I'd like to thank Nathan Mathers, Dylan Byrne, and Ultimate Dirt TV, Alan from MSL, everyone that's put this show on. It's really cool to be able to race an iRacing while us real life drivers aren't able to race in real life.
Let's go back to 10 to go. You were sitting in third. Oldfield, Stewart, they were pretty much in a world of their own out down there. You were pretty consistent to continue on the top side. What was going through your mind at that stage of the race, and were you sort of getting worried that, you know, maybe those guys weren't going to make the mistake, or were you worried that the top side was not actually going to come in?
Yeah, like Harry and Bradley, man, they're good on the bottom at Kokomo. It's just like me and my teammate Aaron and Mitch, we're thinking we wouldn't have anything for them, but I think quite a few people running down there, and I think it quite flickened off quite a bit, and just persisted with that top line, and I knew that if I could get a 10-lap run, momentum would prevail on the top side, and yeah, obviously it come down to the wire with me and Bradley, so yeah, it was pretty cool to come home with the win.
All right, coming to 2 to go. The race control giving you guys a 2-lap warning. Oldfield all of a sudden moves up the racetrack, and then you cross underneath him. What goes through your mind there on those final couple of laps when you've seen Oldfield move up, and how did you adjust your mindset, and how did you adjust the game plan, you know, to get by in there on those last couple of laps?
I knew every time he was sliding me, he was going to wash off a lot of speed. So my plan was just to try and keep crossing underneath him and try and hit the moisture coming into 3 in the middle of the track. I knew he wasn't going to go around the outside of me in 3 and 4 because there was really no moisture right up near the fence. So I just tried to keep calm. My heart was pumping quite bad then. It's definitely more nerve-wracking running iRacing than real life, funny enough. So yeah, just try to keep my nose clean, and just, yeah, was able to come home with the win.
Well, you are now crowned the Queensland champion here on the iRacing.com. So, of course, big thanks to Inksane Tattoo and, of course, Next Gen Racing and everybody that helped put this on. But Caden Brown, congratulations on the victory here tonight. We'll let you get out of here. And before we go, of course, sponsor shout-outs, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes the wheels turn on the Summit number 97? Who helped you get to victory lane tonight?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank MG Contracting, ODSE, iRacing Events, Dixon Motorsports for the really cool paints, and then yeah, there's no one else really, just all the boys for back in SRT iRacing team for a really good time. So yeah, can't do it without them.
All right, there we go. Caden Brown, your new iRacing Queensland champion. He gets the job done, and well, what a race he had. He was up the front, top 2 all night, but unfortunately, he's going to pull the Harry Stewart. He's going to come away with a second place run here tonight. But Bradley Oldfield, Oh, second place, that was an absolute ding-dong of a doozy, those last 2, even 10 laps. But how about that 40-lap race? There was always a battle going on between yourself and Harry, and then Caden Brown comes there at the end and just absolutely, he's a thief. He steals it away from you.
Oh yeah, congrats to him, man. He was the better driver tonight. Just made a mistake going in. I thought he was going to blow past me a bit more, but you know, mistakes happen. But congrats to him. I just fucking just it was action packed. I'm sweating like uncontrollably at the moment. I'm puffed out. Pretty wild, to be honest.
How difficult is it to put 40 laps on the bottom side of the racetrack? You know, other than those last 2 laps where you sort of tried to move up a line and take away Caden's momentum, but how difficult is it, to put lap after lap on the bottom side? Consider you have to be, that throttle control, you have to be off the gas a hell of a lot. And how much brake are you using getting through the corners?
I'm using a fair bit. I set up the car a bit tight, so I was struggling a fair way through the race. It was easier once a bit of fuel load came out, but I was struggling early on, and I was tight, and I couldn't do too much. But then as fuel started to wear out, I started to come on a bit. A couple in-car adjustments as well, but it's so unbelievably hard. Like you just got to hit your marks as best you can every lap, and it takes it out of you.
Well, talk us through those last couple of laps from the cockpit of the number 51 machine, because you were run on the bottom side, then you've seen Brown getting a run on the top side. You moved up to the top of the racetrack, and then it was just all hell breaks loose from there between yourself and Caden. Talk us through those last couple of laps from the inside of the 51 machine.
Yeah, I just seen him poke the nose in front for a split second. I knew I had to try and chop some of his momentum away, so I slid him into 1 and 2, and he was still on my inside going down the back straight, so I had to run the top. I didn't feel comfortable up there at all, so I had to try and slide him again and then see if I could cut back under for 3 and 4. But just made that one mistake. It would have been interesting to see if I got him or not, but it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, congratulations. Second place here in the Queensland title, presented by Inksane Tattoo and Nexgen Racing. Bradley Oldfield, we'll let you get out of here, but before we go, of course, sponsors on this race car, people behind the scenes, who makes it happen for you, who was able to help you get to the second place tonight?
Everyone back at the United Sim Sports team, they always help me out a fair bit. They all know who they are. All the sponsors on the car, Valvoline, Too Easy Finance, West End Mazda, Parramatta Isuzu Ute, Ultimate Dirt TV for putting on the stream. The sponsors for the event, Nexgen Racing and Inksane Tattoo Studios. They obviously this wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for them, so I'd like to thank them as well.
All right, Bradley Oldfield there, home in second place. And home in third place, not normally known for a third place show, normally gets first, second, or he wins it. But Terry Stewart, third place run here tonight in the Queensland title. Man, that was a wild race from start to finish. And how are you feeling after 40?
Yeah, pretty good. I was hoping the bottom would stay in the whole time and not see Caden run around the outside of me. But it was still pretty cool to run up front in one of these title events. So, yeah.
About halfway during the race, you were able to sort of move up a line. Sort of made reference that these on the virtual side of things, where you guys have got the ability to run the virtual mirror and stuff like that. How much did, in all honesty, how much did you use that when sort of Caden was there? Because obviously, when you're out in front like that, obviously in a real race car, you've got no way of knowing unless you can hear the car on who's behind you and where they're running. How much did you try and use that to your advantage here tonight? But when Caden was running the top and Brad was running the low side.
I was sort of just having a look on entry into each corner when I was running the bottom, just looking up, seeing where the cars were. And Brad said Caden was coming on the top really quick, so I sort of decided I'll move up, have a go at it, and I wasn't really good. Brad sort of got underneath both of us, and then I felt pretty good at the end after that last restart. And I think Caden and Brad were side by side, and I didn't really have anywhere to go. But yeah.
Well, let's go through that last lap situation. Oldfield and Brown were side by side. They were sort of switching and chopping lanes, directions. With the contact that happened into 3 and 4, did you think that you had a chance that you might have had enough speed to maybe sneak up on the inside and maybe steal a second or a win away from these guys?
Yeah, definitely. I saw the contact happen. I thought it all just opened up and I could go straight to the finish and come across first. I saw Caden and went across, and then Brad was on the outside. I didn't really know who got it until just before. But yeah, I was sort of hoping that they would get together a bit more, but I was more worried about Aaron behind me. I just really wanted a podium and get an interview.
Well, you did get that. We've got our special guest commentator, Alan Tack, and he has a question for you.
Yes.
Yeah, Harry. So when obviously about mid race, you're leading the race, and we spoke about how you pushed up to run the top because you seen Caden coming. Bradley went past you on the inside like a steam train. You got Caden pretty much rubbing that tail tank. What was sort of going through your mind then? Were you thinking, "Holy crap, where am I running?" We starting to get a bit lost, or?
Yeah, I was getting a bit lost. I thought Brad fed me the wrong information for a bit. Then I realised Caden was actually a lot faster than us on the top. But yeah, it was a bit nerve-wracking when they both went past. I was like, what am I doing? I just had to sort of rethink it for a couple of laps and then get back going.
All right, go back to that point that we sort of just made then. When you get passed by a guy on the top side and then a guy on the bottom side, what does that mentally do to you as a driver? You know, when you're out in front, and then all of a sudden, in the space of a lap or 2 laps, you go from first to third. How do you get yourself back in the game and back in the hunt for the lead?
It sort of took me a couple laps to get back in, and I sort of just lost all confidence when that happened. But yeah, I just tried a couple lines like the middle, sort of cutting off out of 4, cutting down a bit more, and I went back to the bottom on the restart and found it was pretty good there, but can't pass someone when they're in front of you, so I had to try something to get around Brad, but just couldn't do it. And Caden.
All right, well, third place in the Inksane Tattoo Nexgen Racing Queensland iRacing Midget title here at the virtual Kokomo Speedway. We'll let you get to celebrate a second and a third with your teammates, and before we let you go, of course, the dentist. We'll let you thank some sponsors and some people.
I'd just like to thank Nathan Mathers and Dylan Byrne for putting this on. It's a really cool event to be able to run. Everyone at United Sim Sports, Valvoline, Too Easy Finance, West End Mazda, Parramatta Isuzu Ute, and Ultimate Dirt TV. And everyone that's in the Discord helping out tonight. And you for broadcasting. Thank you.
All right. I guess you don't get a thanks, Al.
Yeah.
Hard. On behalf of
hard,
Harry,
man, hard.
Yeah. This is why we call him the dentist. Sometimes it's just trying to pull teeth out, like trying to get some information. But Alan, as sort of a broadcaster that's been able to, watch you do race control for a number of months and stuff like that, it's nice to see an event like this being put together in basically such a short period of time. And I tell you what, these drivers, 40 laps around Kokomo, they didn't disappoint. I think we've seen 3 or 4 cautions in that main event. Not a bad way to wrap up the first inaugural Queensland Midget iRacing title. Yeah,
definitely. So yeah, we pretty much got added to a group last night. $100 to win Queensland title. Started talking to the boys. Realised that there wasn't really much sort of planned in the way of how this was going to happen. No advertising, nothing. So we obviously running MSL. Put the thinking cap on, tried to help the guys out, and we put on this event tonight. And as you said, it didn't disappoint right up to the last lap. That race wasn't decided. So hats off to the drivers for putting on the good show and trying to keep it clean. Obviously being chief stupid as well. I probably didn't see everything, but we didn't have any major incidents where the yellow flag could have come out and really dragged this show out. So
you pulled a Jordan Mitchell and threw the yellow for no reason, but
yeah. So that was actually I kind of felt like the racing needed to be a little bit closer again. So I apologise for that, but big thank you to Nexgen Racing and Dylan Byrne there and Nathan Mathers at Inksane Tattooing Studios. These guys have come forward with a concept. I know that Inksane was actually meant to be the naming rights sponsor for the Queensland title tonight at Toowoomba, and as we said earlier, it's been canned, as just about everything has. So it's really cool for them to put some money into iRacing. Also seen that the Queensland Speed Car Association jumped on board and shared this out too. So a big shout out to Gary Greenwood, the president, and their team. I think it was Dwayne Nielsen that jumped on and shared all of this info for tonight too. So obviously to the real life drivers as well for supporting it. It's always pretty cool. As a race fan sitting on the hill, it's pretty cool to knock wheels with the guys that you support on a weekly basis on track. So I know that would have gone a long way with a lot of people. To you, Brett, thanks for the broadcast, and at short notice as well. And thanks for having me in the booth. I've had family members messaging me throughout the night wanting a shout out, so big shout out to Nathan Reddycliffe, my cousin, and also to Matt Greenwood. He's not my cousin, but he's an ex midget racer. Hopefully, be back home around Christmas to jump back in the car, but he's over in the UK at the moment in total lockdown. So yeah, but again, thanks to the drivers, thanks to the sponsors and the supporters. I hope you enjoyed the event that we put on, and we can continue to do pretty cool events like this into the future. I think we've got discussions this week too for a 50 lapper next week at a different track, so just keep tuned for that too, guys.
Alright, well, I think we've covered it all by the sponsors here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll wrap this up here, and then we'll take the quick trip out to the Lanier, or the virtual Lanier National Speedway for the Speedway Series Australia Kings E-Royal Group number 6. But of course, a big shout out to our own sponsors. Big thanks to Wicked Cushion, Wicked Energy Gum, World of Thunder Racing League, DirtFan.com, and iRace Reps. Thank you to everybody that has tuned in, liked, shared, followed. Appreciate all the support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We've still got one more broadcast, and again, it'll be Group 6 of the Kings E-Royal before tomorrow night. 60 cars going to do battle to find out who will pick up a nice little $300 pay check in the Dirt Street Stocks. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, again, we're going to shut this stream off. We'll have a new one up for the Kings E-Royal. Don't go away just yet. As soon as we have the information on when the server's going to launch, we'll get the videos up on our Facebook feed as well. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night. We'll see you back shortly. And well done to Caden Brown, your Inksane Tattoo and Nexgen Racing Queensland Midget Champion.